Students, in our previous classes we have discussed about population explosion and what are the problems faced because of population explosion. One point I have to mention here, that is population growth rate. At what speed population is increasing in India, in our country? At what speed it is increasing? What is the percentage? Percentage growth rate. Rate means speed, okay, we are talking about. At what speed population is increasing? That we'll see in percentage, that is population growth rate. So you know that world population in 1900 it was 2 billion. Then in the year 2000 May, it became 6 billion. This we have discussed in our previous class. This is almost 3 times in only 100 years. That is 1900 it was 2 billion. Then in 2000 May month it was 6 billion. Then in India, at the time of independence, that is 1947. After that is around 1950s, India's population was only 350 million. Okay, in the year 2000 May, India's population was 1 billion. That means how much it has increased in just around 50 years. This is world's population increased 3 times in 100 years. In India, during independence, okay, in 1950s and during 1947, at that time it was 350 million. You know, billion, if you convert it to million, we are talking about, if it is like 1 billion means 1000 million. That means it was only 350 million in India population, then it increased to 1 billion. That means almost 650 million increase in population. So now we should know what is population growth rate. That means at what speed population is increasing in percentage. If you calculate, then as per 2001 census means what you call Janaganati. They count how many people are there in whole country, whole India. As per 2001 census, this is 2020 now, that is 19 years back. Okay, as per 2001 census, the population growth rate was 1.7%. Then how did they calculate this 1.7%? They are saying for every 1000 people, 17 people are added extra every year. That means you think 1000 people were there in a year, to that 1000 people extra 17 are added. Okay, so that means it is nothing but 17 extra added people for every 1000 per year. Okay, so that is how they calculate 17 people are extra for every 1000 every year. That is nothing but 1.7%. This is at what speed population is increasing. We call population growth rate. That was in as per 2001 census, 19 years back. This is what in old textbook they have given. As per the new textbook, they have mentioned 2011 census. Okay, that is after 10 years. So as per 2011 census, they calculated the population, that is for every 1000 people, 20 are added extra every year. It was 17 as per 2001. In 2011 census, every 1000 people extra 20 are added, so the percentage comes 2%. So as in 2011, that is 9 years back, the population growth rate means at what speed population is increasing, that was 2%. Population growth rate was 2%. As per 2001 census only, they are saying the same 1.7% speed of increasing population continues for next 33 years. Means he is talking about 2001. From 2001, next 33 years, what will be the population? He says exactly double. Okay, that is what population is there in India. Okay, what population is there in India when it was 2001. He says in 2001 only, for next 33 years, that is 2034. Okay, the population will be exactly double population. But now you think, as per 2011 census, the rate, population growth rate was 1.7, now it is 2%. That means it will not take 33 years to become double, it will take less number of years to become double. That means at around 2030, okay, the population will become double. It is an alarming sign, okay, for our country, that somehow we have to control and bring the population down. Okay, so this is what is population growth rate. Anyway, this was one small concept I had this to add with the population explosion. Okay, so it was very short video, so this we couldn't cover there. So along with the population explosion, okay, I have discussed this. Anyway, in our previous class we have discussed very interesting topic, okay, students' interest, that is methods of contraception, that is nothing but methods of avoiding or preventing unwanted pregnancy. 7 different methods we discussed. If you remember, I have written here for recap, that is what we discussed in our previous class. That is natural method. Under natural method, 3 sub methods are there we discussed, that is periodic abstinence, then withdrawal method or coitus interruptus, then the third method is lactational amenorrhea. So it comes under a natural or traditional method. Then the second method is barriers or mechanical barriers. We discussed male and female condom, diaphragm, cervical cap, vaults, then spermicidal gels and foams. All these come under a barrier method. Okay, then we discussed about IUDs, that is intrauterine devices, the devices which they are going to fix in the cervix of female, so that it prevents entry of sperm into female reproductive tract, so that there is no pregnancy. Then we discussed 3 types also under IUDs: non-medicated, that is lips loop, then what is that, medicated IUDs which contains hormones, Progestasert and LNG20 I mentioned, Levonorgestrel 20, in short we call LNG20. Then we also discussed copper IUDs, okay, which contains copper. Then that is copper T, that is English T shape, then copper 7, Cu7, then Cu380, copper 380, then multi-load 375. All these we discussed under IUDs. Okay, we also discussed that IUDs are most widely accepted method of contraception compared to other methods. Then there are oral pills, that is tablets. We discussed about oral pills, that is Maladi, which is once a day pill. Every day female should take for 21 days. Then there is Saheli, which is developed by Central Drug Research Institute. We are just doing recap of previous class. So if you have to understand what we are discussing now, that is you have to see my previous video. Then you will understand clearly what I have discussed in my previous class. That is oral pills or tablets. Then we also discussed emergency pills or eye pills. Its name is Unwanted 72. That is next one is injectables, that is syringe, needle, Depo-Provera we discussed. Actually that word Depo-Provera is not there in the syllabus. They just said it is injectables. Okay. Then implants, you remember 6 small matchstick like cylinders they are going to put here underarm for female. Okay, it prevents pregnancy. Then the seventh method is irreversible, that is once it is done it cannot be undone, that is surgical method or surgery. In male they cut vas deferens, that is spermatic duct, the tube through which sperm passes, so it is called vasectomy because they cut vas deferens, vasectomy word is used. In female they cut fallopian tube, so they call it as tubectomy, fallopian tube, so the word tubectomy. So these are methods of contraception we discussed in our previous class. Today we are discussing about that is medical termination of pregnancy. Okay, the word looks so big, but it is nothing but induced or forced abortion. This word, you know what is abortion, isn't it? Abortion means pregnancy doesn't continue, it stops. Okay, so baby doesn't develop. Okay, that means the pregnancy is spoiled completely. So we will discuss about medical termination of pregnancy, how doctors are going to stop the pregnancy, not purposely, that is some problems will be there in the mother, so that she has a condition where she cannot continue baby, okay, or baby is dead, it is not growing, or baby has some disease which they cannot cure, some genetical diseases, okay, or some abnormal condition is there in the baby, like heart is not completely developed or some organs are not properly developed. In those cases doctors only suggest the mother to get rid of the baby, okay, because anyway if she gives birth that baby is not going to survive. So better before delivery only, better to stop the pregnancy. So we are discussing about this method now, that is called medical termination of pregnancy. We also call it as induced abortion. Induced means forced. Doctors are forcing pregnancy and they stop. Okay, they stop the pregnancy. That is what. So we are going to discuss now MTP in short, that is medical termination of pregnancy. In short you call MTP, medical termination of pregnancy. You can also call this as induced abortion. We are going to discuss in detail about this. So why didn't I write only abortion? Why I am writing this word along with that, induced abortion? There are cases where it will be a natural abortion, that is doctors are not forcing that pregnant women to stop the pregnancy. Naturally there are some problems in the pregnant women, that her uterus is not proper, where pregnancy did not continue, okay, or else we discussed that implantation, you remember, embryo comes down slowly and gets attached to inner wall of uterus, that is implantation. Sometimes mother, that is pregnant women, will not have that process properly, that is smooth inner wall of uterus will be there, so it slides and implantation doesn't happen. There are so many cases, okay, where because of that she couldn't continue pregnancy, okay, naturally pregnancy stops. You have heard sometimes pregnant women was having pregnancy for 3 months, then she aborted. That means naturally it happened, doctors didn't do this, okay. So here we are discussing about induced abortion, that means it is forced abortion. Due to some problems doctors only say continuing the pregnancy will be fatal, means you know it may cause death of pregnant women and also a baby, okay. Abortion means anyway they are going to remove the baby, so a baby anyway will not survive. At least they save pregnant women, that is mother, okay. So in some cases where if baby is not growing, that is some problems are there and baby is dead inside, it may cause some problem to mother. So doctors only usually say that continuation of this pregnancy is harmful to mother and baby. So doctors will by giving medicines or by removing it, Okay, they stop pregnancy. That is what we are talking about. That's why that word is used. Medical means here doctors are going to stop the pregnancy. Okay, but they need a permission from pregnant women. Okay, if she says no, I don't want that baby to be removed, okay, her permission is not there, then her husband or doctor should not force. Okay, that becomes illegal. So we use that word. Definition of medical termination of pregnancy is intentional or voluntary termination of pregnancy. Means intentional means doctors have some intention to stop the pregnancy because continuing the pregnancy may harm the mother, okay, and also baby. So doctors suggested to stop pregnancy, okay, or else a mother's permission is there, that is voluntarily she only went to a doctor and approached, okay, then doctors did a test and doctors came to know that a baby is not going to survive and continuing the pregnancy is harmful to mother. In that cases doctors only suggest a mother to have abortion. That is, doctors will by force, by giving medicine, they will stop pregnancy. Naturally pregnancy didn't stop. If it naturally stops because of some problems, it is just abortion. Okay, we are talking about induced abortion, means doctors are forcing by giving medicine and they stop. Okay, so that procedure is called medical termination of pregnancy. You know that word. Termination means to stop. Okay, so it is voluntary or intentional, termination of pregnancy is what we call medical termination of pregnancy. You can add one, two, three words also. That is, voluntary intentional termination of pregnancy before full term. Full term means, full term of pregnancy is 9 months. We say 9 months, 9 days. Okay, after 9 months, mother will give birth to a child. That is full term. Before she completes 9 months, when she is 3 months pregnant only, they will stop the pregnancy. Okay, that is nothing but voluntary intentional termination of pregnancy before its full term. Okay, so that is nothing but MTP, medical termination of pregnancy or induced abortion. Now, how many MTPs are performed every year all over the world? You don't believe it. 45 to 50 million MTPs are performed annually, means every year. All over the world. Means whole world in 1 year, if you count how many induced abortion they perform, that is 45 to 50 million. Do you believe this? This number is what it is 1/5 of total pregnancies. 1/5 of, so that means in a year how many pregnant women give birth. Okay, how many pregnant women are there? Compared to that, 1/5 of that will be aborted. That means 1/5 of total pregnancies all over the world every year. Okay, so now one more question. Whether this procedure, if doctors are allowed to do this legally, means whether it is legal procedure or illegal. Okay, performing MTP is legal or illegal. There was a lot of debate going on before 1970s. Okay, whether to make this MTP legal or illegal. It was a debate. See, if they make it legal, some people will misuse this procedure. Like that in India there was before lot of discrimination between male and female. That means we are talking about when you see a child okay, they didn't want a female child, they needed a male child, okay. That means they were differentiating that male is better and female is not better, like that. But at present we consider both male and female equal, and 50% reservation is given for female also, you know. So that discrimination will happen, and they may abort the baby if they come to know that it is baby girl. So this is nothing but misusing MTP, okay. Then the question was there whether to make MTP legal or illegal. Then after a lot of debate in 1971 they made MTP legal under some strict stringent conditions, means they should not, nobody should misuse this. So in that way they made a law, they made it legal, but only under certain circumstances, like continuing the pregnancy becomes harmful to the mother and baby. In that cases they can do MTP. Or else suppose failure of contraceptive devices, that means couple used condom, you think condom had a hole or condom ruptured or removed, because of that sperm entered female and she became pregnant. This is nothing but failure of contraceptive devices, okay. All those 7 methods what we discussed, if it fails, if it doesn't give a result, then it leads to pregnancy. In that cases MTP can be done. Or else, you know, in TV channels and all, you see that some rape cases happen, you know. It is nothing but they didn't want it, they don't want that pregnancy, but in case if it happens, then what to do? So she doesn't want to continue that pregnancy. In that cases as doctors can abort it. That is, in these cases, in these 3 cases, that is, first case is continuation of pregnancy is harmful to mother and baby. In that case doctors can perform this, that is legal. In case of failure of contraceptive devices, in that case also they can perform. Or else in case of rape cases also they do this. Sometimes because of casual unprotected sex couple will do. Couple means sometimes before marriage, okay, if boy and girl will have a sex, that is casual, what they say, it is very casually it happened, okay. They didn't take a precaution, they didn't use any contraceptive methods and she became pregnant. In that case this is nothing but misusing only, because they are scared of society and parents, okay, what others will think if she becomes pregnant. So these are all cases where MTPs can be performed, okay. Other than this, one more case is there that is completely illegal in India, okay, that is discriminating female fetus, that is male and female, killing the female fetus, that is killing female, that is child, girl child, okay, that is illegal. So if they come to know that it is girl child and they want to stop pregnancy, that is not allowed. Anyway, that chance will not be there, because detecting whether it is male or female, that is a girl child or boy, that is not allowed in India, that is also illegal, okay. In Dubai and all it is allowed, but abortion is not allowed in Dubai, okay. Before delivery, father and mother will come to know whether it is girl child or boy, okay, but after knowing whether it is girl or boy, they are not allowed to do the abortion, okay. Abortion is illegal there. But in India, knowing whether it is girl child or boy, that is also not allowed. So what are the cases where the MTPs are legal? We'll see now. In 1971, MTP they made legal, they legalized, okay, under strict conditions. Strict or stringent conditions, because to avoid misuse of MTP, some people misuse it, okay. So for these cases they made a very strict condition, okay. So now, what are the problems pregnant women face before undergoing MTP, there are some issues, because lot of debate was there before 1971 whether to make MTP legal or illegal. It was like a debate. Okay, then some people were saying it should be made legal, some were saying it should be illegal, so that no one should perform. But they were fighting with these arguments. Okay, they were arguing with 4 points. What are those 4 points? That is ethical, emotional, religious, then social issues. Okay, ethical, emotional, religious and social. For your convenience, if you can't remember these 4, then in short you can write EARS. That is, first E is ethical, emotional, religious and social issues. Let us see what is this. Ethical means, the word ethics refers to deciding whether something is right or wrong. Okay, like suppose I am a journalist. Okay, I write articles in paper. I should know what I should write in newspaper and what I should not. Okay, and even news channels also, they should know what they should show to the people and what they should not show. Some pictures and all, they make it blur. Okay, they don't want that girl to be seen in the TV. Okay, in case of rape cases and all, whole Karnataka should not know who is that girl. Okay, so they make that face blur. That means they know what they should show and what they should not. Ethics means they are talking about whether MTP is correct or it is not correct. Okay, so these are the issues on debate. Then emotional issues, for others it is very simple, but what problem mother is undergoing, okay, who is about to get aborted, okay, she is undergoing MTP, she will have a strong bond with the baby, that she thinks that okay, after I am 3 months pregnant now and next 6 months I am going to deliver. Lot of preparations she makes in her mind, okay, how to look after the child, and this is very emotional issue. Father may not understand this emotion, or others may not understand this emotion, okay, but mother will have strong bonding with a growing baby. So that is, emotional issues are there whether to do this MTP or not. Then religious means, people say God gives this child, okay, it is like a blessing from the God to have a children's. As human beings, who are we to stop that? Okay, that means we are going against nature, we are going against God, okay, God's will. That is what they are talking about. Okay, so then social issues were there, that is, in the society what people will think, that she became pregnant and suddenly it was aborted, okay, that she has some problems, okay, that they will discuss. That is, all these are issues. Okay, and if this MTP is allowed in the society, whether it becomes a trend, like everybody will go and get their children aborted because they don't want that pregnancy, this trend should not develop. That is what we are talking about, social issues. So with this EARS, that is ethical, emotional, religious and social issues associated with MTPs, on these 4 topics they were discussing whether to make it legal or illegal. Okay, then finally in 1971 they legalized MTP under strict and stringent conditions, just to avoid misuse of MTP. Okay, so now the question is, why MTP? I already told you 3 points, that is why they perform MTPs. We'll see one by one now. Question, why MTP? Why induced abortion should be done? Okay, that is, Number one, in case of failure of contraceptive devices they used but it failed, okay, in that cases, then casual unprotected sex. Casual unprotected means before marriage, okay, they were like a friends, casually they had sex, they didn't have an intention to become pregnant, okay, that is they don't want pregnancy. Casual unprotected means they did not use a condom or they did not use any contraceptive devices, directly they had sex, it may lead to pregnancy, they have doubt that she may become pregnant. In that case, if she becomes pregnant, she doesn't want pregnancy, so they want to stop it, that is casual unprotected sex, okay. Then in case of rape, that is girl is forced and she is not willing to become pregnant, in that case also MTP can be performed. A very important point is, for the main purpose, okay, main purpose of MTP is not these three. The main purpose, very important point is, continuation of pregnancy is harmful to mother and baby, in that case they have to perform. Continuation of pregnancy is harmful, okay. Anyway baby they are going to remove, pregnancy they will stop, at least mother should survive, okay, that is, so for these conditions they perform MTP. Now during pregnancy, during 9 months, okay, which period is safe for MTP? I mean, till how many months of pregnancy they can abort it, they can perform MTP, that is first trimester, tri means 3, trimester means first 3 months of pregnancy, we can say in terms of weeks, that is first 12 weeks. First 3 months, or you can also say 12 weeks of pregnancy. Till then abortion can be done. After that, attachment between connection between fetus, okay, embryo and mother becomes very strong. In case after 3 months, if the doctors force her for abortion, in that case mother also may die. Baby anyway it is going to die, mother also may die, so both mother and child will die, so it is very harmful, it becomes fatal. In India one trend is there, that is unqualified, unprofessional quacks will do, that is fake doctors, what do you say, nakli doctors, okay, they don't know how to do abortion but they try to do, in that case all these will happen, okay. So first 3 months we call first trimester, it is safe. After that it is risky, okay. Then after 4 months and all they should not perform, okay. If they perform then they will kill mother also. So then we have already discussed that word amniocentesis, you remember that? Amniocentesis. Amniocentesis is banned, okay. They have put a ban on amniocentesis. Before, this amniocentesis method was there. Amniocentesis means in the mother's belly, okay, in the mother's womb or uterus, around the baby there is a yellowish fluid, okay, yellowish liquid, we call it as amniotic fluid. They, with a syringe, okay, they used to put the needle, syringe into mother's belly, and they used to remove, they used to suck this yellowish fluid in the syringe, and they used to see the chromosomes in the cells, okay. And you know that between male and female, okay, there is chromosomal difference, that is last pair, 23rd pair of chromosomes will be, in female it is XX, okay, in male it is XY. So when they study the chromosomes in the cells, okay, of amniotic fluid, they will come to know whether it is baby girl or baby boy, okay. So once they come to know that it is baby girl, they may kill that girl child, so they will misuse it. So that is why, to avoid misuse of amniocentesis, government banned it. Under RCH program 10 points we discussed this also, okay. Statutory ban on amniocentesis. Statutory ban means they banned amniocentesis. Now no doctor should perform this and tell the parents that whether it is baby boy or girl. That is not allowed, okay. So we have just seen what is medical termination of pregnancy, okay. Now next we are going to discuss very important topic, that important part, that is sexually transmitted diseases, okay. Very famous is AIDS, you know, okay. There are some other sexually transmitted diseases also, we will see now. Sexually, how this disease person gets, name only, word only says sexually transmitted. That means people will get this disease by unprotected casual intercourse or sex, okay. Then you may ask, then what if person is handshaking? In that case it doesn't spread, okay. So it is from reproductive organ of male to reproductive organ of female, or vice versa, okay. It will not spread by any other means other than reproductive parts, okay. That is, they didn't use condom or they didn't use any contraceptive devices, directly they had sex. One of them had any sexually transmitted disease. I'll give you example. Suppose a person, Anil, okay, boy, and Anita, girl. Anil, suppose, had AIDS, okay, and Anita was healthy, normal. In that case, whether any chances are there that Anita may get AIDS? There are chances if they didn't use any contraceptive devices. That is, if they didn't use condom, then reproductive organ of Anil may touch reproductive part of Anita. So virus will get transmitted through reproductive organ to reproductive organ, okay, not by any other ways, okay. That is, so sexually transmitted diseases, in short you can call STDs. It is also called as venereal disease, venereal diseases, or you can also call it as RTI. RTI means not that right to information. Here this is reproductive tract infection. You know, tract means way, okay, path. That is from vagina to cervix, then uterus, then it goes to fallopian tube, then ovary, okay. That is a way, entry of sperm into the female reproductive tract. That is a reproductive tract. Either it is inside the penis in male or in the vagina of female. If there are some infections because of virus, bacteria or protozoa, in that cases, then it is sexually reproductive tract infections. Either you call it as STD or venereal disease, VD, or you can call RTI, that is reproductive tract infections. Let us see some of the diseases, okay, some of the sexually transmitted diseases. That is number one, gonorrhea, syphilis. We are talking about name of the disease, okay, name of STD. Then third, trichomoniasis. Chlamydiasis. Then genital warts, genital herpes. You know, word genital refers to reproductive organs. Okay, genital parts means male testis, in female ovary. Okay, the reproductive tract. So genital herpes. Then hepatitis B. Then AIDS, that is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So these are some of the diseases that is called sexually transmitted diseases. Person gets this disease by through sex, casual unprotected sex, means he did not use any contraceptive device. A boy or girl, any one had STD or both of them had STD, then definitely it will spread. Okay, but if a girl like Anita is healthy and Anil has AIDS, then if they use condom, Anita will not get it, because condom is a rubber latex device which collects the sperm, so the sperm doesn't enter Anita's vagina. That means they will not have any physical contact with the reproductive organs. Okay, so reproductive organs of male and female will be separated by condom, that is barrier, so that virus will remain in the condom itself, it will not transfer. Okay, so anyway, for your syllabus, that is in the textbook, which microorganism causes these diseases is not there. Suppose you have interest, I will tell you anyway, but it is not there in the syllabus for you. But for NEET point of view, if you want to know, gonorrhea disease is caused by bacteria. Its name is Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Bacteria. When syphilis is caused by bacteria, Treponema, Pallidum. Bacterium. It is also called Spirocheta bacteria. Okay. Then trichomoniasis is caused because of protozoa, not bacteria. Protozoan. Trichomonas vaginalis. Trichomonas vaginalis. It is not a bacteria, it is protozoan. Okay, chlamydiasis is caused by bacteria. Chlamydia trachomatis. Single word, trachomatis. Chlamydia trachomatis. That is bacteria. You can see that word, chlamydia. Microorganism, bacteria which causes disease is chlamydia. So disease is chlamydiasis. Here protozoan which causes the disease is trichomonas. So it is trichomoniasis. Okay. Here it is Neisseria gonorrhoeae species. So it is gonorrhea. Syphilis has no relation there. Okay. Then genital warts is caused by HPV, human papilloma virus. HPV, human papilloma virus. Even cervical cancer also. Cancer in the cervix of female is also caused by HPV, human papilloma virus. Then genital herpes is caused by HSV2. That is herpes simplex virus 2. HSV1 is also there, okay, that is herpes simplex virus. So in short, HSV. Okay, then hepatitis B is caused by HBV. Very simple, hepatitis B virus. So in short, HBV. That is, you can say hepatitis virus, hepatitis B virus. There is hepatitis A also, but that is not STD, sexually transmitted. Hepatitis B is sexually transmitted. Then AIDS is caused by HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus, but in short we say human immunovirus. In short. So actually, which microorganism causes this disease is not there. You have only in your textbook only names of these diseases, okay, and they continued their explanation. Anyway, in case if you have doubt, okay, for NEET point of view, for CET point of view, I gave this, okay, but in the textbook this is not there. So in our next class, we will discuss in detail about sexually transmitted diseases, how person gets this disease, and what are the ways to prevent this. That is, how to how person can avoid having STDs. Okay, nobody wants to have AIDS. How he can avoid it? He doesn't want to get AIDS. Then what he should do? That there are 3 methods that also we'll discuss in detail. Okay, in next class. Okay, thank you.